Hi everyone. Okay, I've got a new thing to talk to you about today. This, I believe, is a total game changer. So get prepared because what I'm about to tell you is pretty unbelievable. But it's the truth. Most of us that are out here trying to do commercial remedies and stuff like that. I know a lot of you have heard of becoming a secure party creditor and this, that, and the other thing. And it's a it's a very expensive process to put all those documents in order to make that work. Well, what if I told you that you could be instantaneously creditor? Instantaneously. Huh? No big money to spend on all that stuff. No big, long, drawn out process waiting 30 days for this. And, well, let me explain a little bit about how the court system really works. If you've studied anything about the commercial remedies and stuff like that, you realize that your all cap name is a decedent, is dead. From the minute they stamp your little feet onto that birth certificate, you become dead. And you enter this system as another one of the dead. You could make it a liking to zombies, all right? And we're a nation of zombies. That's what we are. And we don't know it. Well, most of us don't. I would say 98% of the people in this country have no friggin' idea that they're dead. But they are, as far as the government's concerned. And they also don't understand the power that they have. Your all caps name might be dead, but you're not. You're alive and well, living among the zombies. The court system, like when you go in for a traffic ticket or something like that, any kind of court case, before you get there, the judge and the clerk of court, and if there's a district attorney or a prosecutor there, they're all in on this and they know what's going on. They know that you're dead and they know you don't know it. So, when it comes to the dead leave wills and things like that. Well, if there is no heir, then, and when I mean heir, I mean somebody who inherits the property of the once living thing or whatever. Uh, if there is no will and there is no nobody in charge of things. Before you get to the court, they have it all set up and they have it in a trust. It's called a Setukivi trust. It's a constructive trust, one that they create on the spot. And what they do is the clerk of court appoints the judge as trustee and the state as the beneficiary. Okay? So what does this mean? Well, it means that the trustee, the judge, is in charge of your all cap name. And what he's trying to do is to make sure that the plaintiff, which would be the state, gets paid. Now, what they do is, when you get into the courtroom, they start asking you some questions. And once you answer the wrong way, now the judge makes you, where's my finger? Makes you the trustee. And as the trustee, you are responsible for anything that happens with that all cap name. Now this all happens and nobody knows nothing about it. Okay? Nobody knows that in the background these people have done a big fraudulent thing. And they did all this stuff without you knowing anything about it. But that's why they treat us like mushrooms. They feed us shit and they keep us in the dark. And that's why they used to teach civics and stuff like that. When I went to school, they taught you about your rights and all that. They don't teach that in school anymore. Why do you think they don't teach it? Because they don't want you to know it. They don't want you to know anything about whatever rights you think you might have. They don't want you to know that. Because this way they can keep walking all over you and sucking money out of your bank account. They are vampires. You got zombies and vampires, right? So we're all the zombies, and the judges and all that stuff, they're the vampires. And they're sucking greenbacks out of your wallet. Okay? And it's all a big fraud. Okay, so now you understand what's going on. It's happening right under your nose. And you say to yourself, okay, what can I do about it? Well, you can go through all the trouble of, like I have done for the last 10 years, and learn every goddamn thing you can about commercial law and remedies that you can use. Now, you can make these remedies work if you have the mentality of a lawyer and you have studied to the point where you can't fit anything more in your head. Well, I'm going to tell you, it's taken me 10 years, and I feel like, okay, I might know a lot more than you, but I feel like I'm still just blazing a trail, you know? And when I learned about this process that I'm going to explain to you momentarily, I was flabbergasted. Mhm. Because doing this thing this way, now it needs to be experimented on. We need people like you, to put this into action and then, report back to me, I'm not going to run out and go get traffic tickets to prove all this shit. First of all, I don't drive anymore, so, my legs are all screwed up, so I don't drive anywhere. But you people out there are already in trouble. You're looking at this video because you've already got a problem. Now, I don't care whether whether you're in have a traffic ticket, or whether you've been smoking pot and you got arrested, and they're gonna screw you over, or if you got a friend of yours who's in jail. Wouldn't it be nice if you could just put in a piece of paper and have that person released from jail? Wouldn't that be nice? Huh? Well, that is the power that I'm about to show you and give you. So, all of those situations can be handled with one letter. One frickin' letter can reverse all these problems. Foreclosure, um, credit card suing you, you name it. Um, unless you've actually harmed someone, the system should work, and very quickly, I might add. Okay, this goes into like, I'll start getting into the meat of the matter here. This goes into, it's like trust law. All right, in a trust you have the grantor, the one that creates the trust. Then you have the beneficiary, the one who is going to be paid or receive any benefit from anything that happens to the trust. And you have the trustee. The trustee is the one that is charged with making sure that everything goes well for the trust. Okay. Well, there's an upgrade to that, and we would call that the estate. Okay? When a creditor sends you a bill uh, wanting you to pay something, or they send you, um, a nasty letter telling you that they're going to sue you, they send it to your all capital name. But when they do that, that's actually fraud because they're leaving stuff out. It should be going to your all capital name, comma, estate. And that's what your all capital name is. It's an estate. Now, if you want to know what these words are, you take the time, go look them up. And you do need to do a little bit of reading and studying on this estate stuff. But basically, here's what happens. You are now, at this point, you're the trustee for your all capital name. You need to change that. You need to be the executor. You need to be the occupant of the executor's office for the all capital name, comma, estate. That makes you the head honcho. Now, when you become the executor of the estate, the court system has no jurisdiction over you. No. So let me explain it like this. You get a traffic ticket. Remember, there's no sense in arguing with that cop on the side of the road. He's just a guy doing his job. Don't bother trying to say any of this stuff to him. Just be very cordial. Take your ticket, and then we'll deal with it. So now you've got your ticket. Now you sit down at your computer and you write out an executor letter. Basically, what this letter says is, hey, look, um, you guys are trying to administer the estate of all capital name without the consent of the executor's office. Stop it. And then send me any paperwork that you have that says that you do have the authority to administer um, the estate uh, without the consent of the executor, the current executor. And we mail this off. There's more to it than that, but basically, that's what this is. Now, number one, you're going to send it to the court, and you want to send it to the head judge. And you don't send it to the judge, you send it to the office of the, whatever they have it, the office of the controller of court or whatever. You send it to that, care of the person that's in that position. And you send it from the executor's office of such and such a state. Now, when they get that, they already know they got a problem. They'll read it, and then they're going to realize that the gig is up. You see, because they have been probating the estate of your all capital name right along. And they'll very happily probate you right into the jailhouse. But once the executor has stuck his head up out of the hole and said, here I am the executor and I control this estate. I don't own it. You can't own anything in the estate, but you can control everything. So by you sticking your head up and telling them, hey, here I am, I'm the executor, the gig is up for them. It destroys their trust. Their trust no longer exists. They have no jurisdiction over the executor, and they will tuck their tail between their legs and run like hell. If you happen to be in a position where you just found out about this and you have court tomorrow morning, you prepare one of these letters, and when you get into court, try to get a seat right behind the prosecutor. Right? When they call your name, your all capital name, you just say, excuse me, Mr. Prosecutor, but I need to give you that I'm here on that matter. I need to give you this notice. He'll take it, he'll read it, and he'll dismiss your case. They can't deal. They can't prosecute the executor. Can't be done. So rather than get into all of this stuff, I'm not saying you're not going to find some stupid one that just is so stupid that, and believe me, there's plenty of attorneys and judges out there that are that stupid. But most of them know enough that they can't mess around with the estate. Because their main job is to protect the estates, because that's how they make their money, by probating all these estates. And the reason they do it, and you can't get mad at them that they've been doing this all this time, it's not their fault. It's your fault. Where's my finger? Here it comes. Yeah, there it is. It's your fault. You did not stand up and take charge of your business. Nobody's fault but your own. You've been too satisfied with watching The Bachelor every night, football games, drinking your beer on the weekends, watching football games, and going to work and coming home and eating and sleeping. And as long as you've been able to do that, you've been happy. None of you people study anything about this unless you're in trouble. And now you got to find a way to fix it. And me too. Yep, me too. I got sued. So 10 years ago, I had to start learning fast. And that's what happens with most people. So believe me, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I was stupid all of my first years of my life, didn't have anything, no idea what to do. But to be honest with you, I never ran into any trouble. I never got speeding tickets or anything like that, unless it was for something stupid like my plate fell off or something, you know. But um, I really never had any trouble with the law, just until I got sued and then I had to fight back. Um, so it doesn't make you an idiot or anything else like that, but it really is your fault. So don't get mad at them and don't call them crooks and thieves. Well, they are, but you know, don't call them that. They are fraud because they should have told us about this stuff. Anyway, let me give you another example. Let's and this one is a big problem in this country. Okay, when you have child protective services, they come in and they remove your children from your house and they just take them. Well, that's your fault too. When you signed your marriage certificate, you signed away all rights to any future production or creations that you might make, which is your children. You made them property when when you signed your marriage certificate. You gave them permission and told them that they own your children. Okay? You didn't read that. You didn't read that marriage certificate. You just signed it. And because of that, you know, they go around thinking that they can just willy-nilly do whatever they want. Well, the fact of the matter is they really can't. And when you're using the executor position, you can stop them dead in your tracks. Now, even, and I hate to say this for you ladies out there, but if you're married to a guy, that guy is in charge of your estate. And the children are his estate's property. Not fair? Nope. That's the way it is. But to be honest, ladies, us guys kind of get screwed when it comes to child custody. They almost always give full custody to the mother. Almost always. If there's any doubt, it goes to the mother. Look, you know, there's a lot of us, a lot of guys out there that are bastards, and you know, they're not worth anything. But there's a lot of fathers out there who lose their children like that, and you know, they hire lawyers, they spend a lot of money, and you know what? They still don't get anywhere. Well, in this particular case, the man, as the executor of his estate, can send an executor letter to the judge who granted custody to the mother and tell that judge that he was meddling in the estate, his all capital name estate, and that you want your children, or no, I wouldn't say children, you want your property returned to you post haste. And that judge has he has no choice but to reverse any decisions he made and give 100% custody to the father. I know that's a little unfair, ladies, but I didn't write these laws. Somebody else did. It goes back to the religious days, because, way back when God was on earth, um, that's the way things were. The man was in charge. Now, that doesn't mean you can still use these things to your benefit, though, ladies, because like I said, most people are stupid, they're ignorant, they don't know anything about any of this shit. So, if you're the executrix of your all capital name estate, you can claim that those children are yours, and if the executor from your husband's side doesn't stand up and say, hey, I'm the executor, and the children belong to my estate, not hers. If that's how things go, then you're the one that's going to win. Like it was said, but for the lack of knowledge, my people suffer. And nobody wants to study anything nowadays except the football scores. So that's basically how this thing works. If you have a situation that you're in trouble and you need help with it, use my email address. I'm going to put up on the screen here for you. All right. You can contact me at this email address. I used to have it, and it was bigdo1@roadrunner.com. But when I moved my house, I went to a different internet provider. So now this is the one that I use now. And you can request the executor documents, and I will send them to you free of charge. But I do want, in return, I would like to have you people that actually use this to email me back after you've done whatever you did with them, and give me like an idea and a summary of how things went, how your court thing went, this, that, and the other thing, what kind of results you had. And listen, I'm not saying this is going to work 100% of the time. I have just learned about it, and in the process of using it in my wife's case, because a credit card company was suing her. So I'm acting as her executor, and I'm sending out this letter to them, stick it up their ass, So we'll see. I'll see how that works on my end of things. But try it. You've got absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. And as we start getting people actually doing this and sending back information about how it went, this, that, and the other thing, we can get a good idea. Then we can spread this like wildfire, and this thing can really clean up the courts. It really can. So that'll be enough babbling out of me for today, but please keep me in mind and let me know. Don't forget that I I have the two DVDs that I sell off my website, $18 for about 16 gigabytes of very useful information because this executor letter is not going to solve everything. Oh, there's my TV, just came on. It's not going to solve everything, and I have tons of stuff on there that can help you with all kinds of stuff. And if you go to other websites around, start looking around, you find out that any of the secure party information, this, that, and the other, they want hundreds of dollars. What a bunch of thieves, you know? So I have all the same stuff, plus more, and it's only 18 bucks, and you got all the documents and documentation you can handle, and you've got seminars and all kinds of videos and stuff like that on it. So it's 18 bucks. It's an education all by itself, and you can just email me for that. If you want to purchase those, just email me and I'll let you know uh, by email and tell you what to do. And well, I guess I babbled enough. All right, so have a good day. Let's get using this stuff and free our country up. Okay? Thanks a lot. Bye now.